The Predator! Is this meant to be a comedy or an action film? I'm confused. Hey guys, it's BeevDawg. I'm here again to burn my money just so you don't have to on Blu Ray. The Predator. Not Predator, not Predator 2, not Predators, The Predator, which is the fourth installment in the direct Predator trilogy. So now it's a quadrilogy. It's got nothing to do with the Alien versus Predator or Alien for that regard, because the film makes reference to Predator and Predator 2. It is Shane Black, who was in the original Predator, who is now directing this one, and there seems to be a little bit of conflict here because Predator films aren't meant to be comedic. They're meant to be scary, they're meant to be intense, they're meant to show themselves as a great big threat, but because that sort of context has been taken away from it and it's been turned into a comedy, the whole aspect of the Predator film just doesn't take itself seriously. There's too much riding on the fact that it's a comedy, and that's the problem. This is what lets the film down. So let's start all the way out of space with the plot line. We've got the normal Predator. I'm going to call him Mini Predator. Mini Predator, let's just stick with that for now. He's getting away from the Predator. This is Mini Predator, this big hand here, the Predator. So he jumps through a black hole, Mini Predator comes to Earth, he crash lands on Earth, and we have Quinn McKenna, played by Boyd Holbrook, who is on a hostage mission to recoup some hostages. So, we're in the jungle. Minute Predators killing all of McKenna's men. McKenna, he manages to go for some Predator tech for it's like a wristband, and then next minute, well, he gets the upper hand on the Predator. He uses the Predator tech, and well, we all know that normal guns don't work on Predators, and the Predator is then captured. He's captured. They review him and they're like, McKenna, did you see something out there? And he's like, nope. He takes the Predator tech and mails it back to his son. His son then gets the Predator tech thinking it's a computer game because he wants to be more like his dad in the military. I can see where that's coming from, that angle. So then his son, who is autistic, gets the Predator tech and starts playing about with it, which then gives off his location to the Predator, and it all rolls out from there. This is where the angle of the film turns into a comedy, because once they've interrogated McKenna and they're like, we know he's seen something, but he's not owning up to it. They just go and shove McKenna on a bus, and he's sat there with what the film calls Group 2. And this is where it's full of other soldiers that have mental health issues, and they turn these guys into quips, one-liners, and it's okay for an opening scene, you know, the cracking jokes, your mum jokes this, your mum jokes that, but all the way constantly through the film, they're joking and cracking jokes and providing humour, and this is where it then changes the film from being a serious, scary Predator film where it has the occasional one-liners and it changes the structure, and then it then turns the film into a comedy. Now there is this one scene, and only one scene, where the predator wakes up when the government have caught him, mini predator to be precise, not to confuse matters. And Olivia Munn's character, who we know in the film as Casey Brackett, is witnessing the predator wake up, kill everyone around him, scientists, a few armed guards there just for security purposes. So Olivia Munn is trying to get out whilst the predator's ripping everyone to shreds, and you have to go through one of those doors where they decontaminate everything, and she's taking her clothes off, trying to get through one door, decontaminate herself, then out the other. And while she's not even got through decontamination, the predator walks through, and there's this one moment where it builds suspense and you believe what's going on, because the predator is stood over her looking. And I know that when people are armed and it sees a threat, it'll go and just kill them, but she's sat there quivering down like this, looking up at him, and she's actually scared, which is how it should be perceived. The predator spares her life, he rips the second door open, and then she just slowly gets away, gets dressed, and then she's back on the move. But then after that scene, that one scene, later on, when, you know, all the military guys break out of the bus, take the bus because they see the predator running off the top of the contamination facility, they're like, right, let's go kill him. And all the way through the film, it's just full of comedy whilst they're killing the predator. There's people in this film that have never killed a human being or anything in their life, and even for a fictional film, you've got someone like Olivia Munn who studied astronomy and aliens, and all of a sudden she's picking up guns like she's got military experience, shooting. And this is the dumb thing about this film: let's shoot the predator when bullets don't work on it. And they're all just so excited to go kill Predator, Mini Predator, or the Predator, and they're sat there shooting him. And no one seems to have any sort of like emotional breakdown that they've just killed someone or something's been killed. It's like, oh, we've seen this before. I'm not going to absolutely trash this film, because you've got to appreciate every film for what it is. The whole costume with Mini Predator, it's all there. We've seen it all before. The action, the CGI, that is all good. I'm not going to lie, some of the characters are funny. I did laugh at one of the mum jokes, but then 2 and 3, you need to move on and change up the film a little bit. But that's about as much as I enjoyed for the film. Don't get me wrong, I was really looking forward to this Predator film, but those are the only small positive things that I could say about it. And what a lot of films are doing these days are getting a big name like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to come in to something like a big franchise like this. Fast and Furious have done it, and gets a main character that's absolutely ripped and, try and sell the Predator name. I'm glad that they did not do this. Boyd Holbrook, who plays Quinn McKenna, we don't, he's not overly massive. He is a strong military guy. They do sell him quite well. I do take him seriously as the main character, but there's just too much comedy in it. It just needs to know what the rules and what the boundaries of a Predator film are. It's like James Bond, for example. It takes itself the way it's meant to be. It takes itself seriously when he's shooting out bad guys. He's cracking out the one-liners, just a few small one-liners here and there, and they're funny. it sells. He's a womanizer. He goes with his license to thrill. He sticks to the rules. A Bond film is a Bond film. This Predator film is not a Predator film, and it is the worst one I have seen in the Predator series. And unfortunately, it's not a great thing to say. The last thing that I have to say about this Predator film is the plot. So, first of all, Mini Predator is actually coming to Earth to give the mankind, human being, human race, whatever you want to call us, new technology to fight the predators, because we all know that predators go and kill the strongest threat, rip out their spine with the head in place, just like here, visual display, and then they take the spinal fluid and they integrate with that, and this film reveals that they use the spinal fluid to basically adapt and, mix up their genes with other races' genes. And this is where the predator comes in, because the big predator apparently is evolutionary compared to the normal predators that we've seen. He comes down and he hunts the mini predator to try and destroy the tech that the mini predator is trying to give the human race, and he just kills mini predator. The only thing that doesn't quite make sense is, why is mini predator trying to kill humans when he's trying to give us something? You think he would just wake up in the military compound and go, "Hey guys, I've got some new tech for you, here you go, da da da," end of the film. But instead he gets up, he kills a bunch of people, he's still killing people later into the film. He never quite gets across what he wants, and this is where it doesn't make sense. And then we have Sterling Brown, who plays Will Trigger, the black guy that overlooks the military that's hunting down McKenna, because he's trying to work out what's going on between the predators, what their intentions are, why is he coming down at this time, why is this visit due. Now, Will Trigger, what annoys me as well, they come to at this point and they're in this barn and he's caught them all, and then he stands there and he goes, "Hey guys, I've got a theory." And his theory is that eventually mankind will kill itself out because of the ozone layer, and the world's temperature will change and humans will no longer exist. And then it brings a second subplot line which comes out of nowhere, where McKenna's son, apparently, who is autistic, and apparently autism is not seen as a condition, but rather an evolutionary step for mankind, where apparently autism is an evolution of mankind. Therefore, he takes the boy. Not only does he come to stop, Mini Predator from giving them this human tech, but it's never given to you on a plate. It's never just like, this is the plot, this is what's happening, this is what happened. It is like all the way through the film, it just makes no sense. There's plot one, there's plot two, and they integrate like that somehow. And this is what just confuses me, and that is another major annoyance about the whole film. Okay, so you guys came here for the Blu-ray review. I'm gonna just give you a quick look at this 4K Blu-ray version. Yes, it's in the 4K Blu-ray version. So let's just get a bit up and close and personal here. And we've got front cover showing Mini Predator with the Predator. And let's spin it over to the back. Again, a little synopsis, a few shots right there. We've got Olivia Munn here with one of the tranquilizers. And what can I say? I still don't believe she's got any experience with guns. And then just below that, this is the scene where all the guys are on the bus cracking mum jokes. Can't believe how many mum jokes I've learnt from this film. Let's pop it up. There we go. Same under the cover. They like to give a little cardboard version to make it feel like you got your book. And then inside, this is where the magic happens. We've got a 4K Blu Ray disc for all those crazy cinematic people. And then if you don't have a 4K player and you want to take it round to your friend's house, normal Blu Ray version. There is no digital download code in this one right here, but like I say, 4K is the reason that I've got it, and 4K looks gorgeous. Now guys, let's give it a rating. Where does it stand on the scale? Is it gonna be dog poop? Is it having its Doog day? Is it the Doog in the middle? Is it a doggy treat? Or is it going in doggy style? So, we know Mini Predator, the costume looks good, some of the actors were funny, some of them had a solid role. We know that McKenna, you know, the angle they were going for, I believed it. Olivia Munn, she did a decent job. I was invested a little in the character. The other soldiers though, too many jokes, too many quips. Just, I was looking at this film to believe it was a comedy. It just wasn't what a Predator film was meant to be. And that is what is basically giving this film its Doog day. If you still love the Predator franchise and you still have the other Predators on Blu-ray and you want this one in your collection, that is up to you. I hope I've made you decide whether it was worth your buck or whether it is worth a miss. Now, I want you to go down to the bottom. You see that little thumbs up right there? Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Then scroll down to my left, your right, and hit that subscribe button if you want more content on your page. And finally, if you're that keen, then hit that bell button if you want notifications. I'm BeevDawg and this was The Predator Review.